I just had one of the most incredibly relaxing weekends of my life. And sitting down Monday morning, I went through my morning routine, opened up my tracking journal, laid out my plan for the week, and laid out my plan for the day. Eager to get started, I saw the first thing on my list and began. But I noticed something different today than almost any other Monday. I had no motivation, no inspiration, and honestly, just getting this seemingly simple task off of my to do list just kind of felt impossible. But it did give me an idea. What if I just don't? What if I just take my entire to do list, throw it out the window, and completely follow my urges as to what feels good today? In this video, I'm gonna take you through my day and I'm gonna share little pieces that I had throughout the day of what I learned. I hope you enjoy it. Let's begin. And so the first thing that was my body was telling me was I didn't want to be inside. Now I live in Calgary. We're in the month of March where, yesterday I think it was like +9 and then it snowed. And today it's like -4, it's gray, it's gloomy, it's white. But for some reason, my body just didn't want to be inside. I just didn't want to do it. I had this great plan for the day. I had a lot of things to kick off my week, and here we are. So I'm just going to track my day and put it out as a video and just see what happens. Anyway, first thing I want to do is go outside. I want to go for a walk. I want to check out. I literally don't know, but we're going to go for a walk. We're going to see what happens. Okay, so just finishing my walk. It was about 20 minutes. I went to a park called Fish Creek Park. I tried to take some beautiful scenery shots because it is beautiful here, but honestly, today is just not a beautiful day for shooting. But as I was on my walk, I already had lessons from just kind of saying screw it and indulging my day and not really worrying about having to get things done and all of that. And the first thing that kind of feels right and feels necessary to say is I can't believe how grateful I am that I get to live in a city, live in a country, have a lifestyle where on those days where I'm not feeling it, I can just not do it. I mean, there's nothing better in the world. It kind of gives me a sense of power, freedom, and again, just empowerment, that a gratitude that I just get to do this. The second thing that I came to realize and discover is how much guilt and shame I put on myself for not being optimized. This is something that I've always worked on in my life. I've always had this feeling of being lazy, and in order to combat that, I did the classic self-help book this and mental health guru that podcast to try to figure out and how to optimize absolutely everything in my life. There just comes with a lot of guilt and shame. Today's a Monday. Mondays are like, get your week kicked off right. I just had a wonderful self-care, relaxing weekend, and I feel like I should have the pedal to the metal, getting the gears going, and I just didn't. And sort of indulging in this walk and just kind of doing the things that I want to do, it kind of just makes me feel a lot less guilt and a lot less shame and a lot more self-compassion, compassion for myself in general. And it's a great feeling not putting so much pressure on myself. I know that there's still time in the day. I know that there's still time in the week. I don't have anything pressing. There's no emergency. So I'm about halfway through my day of just not doing what I set out to do today and completely indulging in whatever I wanted. And because today is such a gloomy day, I thought I would do something that would get myself excited for not a gloomy day, and I thought I'd check out some camping stuff. I went to a few camping stores, got a little hungry for a hot dog, and came to Costco. And on the way to the Costco, I was listening to the radio. And if you know anything about me, I am a Calgary Flames fan. It's March, I think 9th or 10th, something like that, at the time of filming this. And we just went past the trade deadline. And basically what happened was we're not going to make the playoffs. We sold off a lot of our old guys. And there's the question they were asking the radio is like, how do you expect the Flames to play for the rest of the year? And one of the pundits said they should be playing like they have nothing to lose. Like, what have they got to lose? And it made me realize today, shooting this video and, how am I going to get the audio right? And should I shower? And I'm going to have to do my hair. And what am I going to wear? And is the lighting going to be okay? And I just thought, if I just do this video, it was such a great metaphor. What do I have to lose? What do I have to lose about not doing the things on my list today? Now, I'm not saying that every day is going to be like this and there's not certain things on a list or, I don't have kids or anything like that, so I don't think anyone is going to get harmed from me taking this day off. But it really just made me think, like, putting all this pressure on myself to get things done and to be optimized, and what if I just don't? What do I have to lose? What could be the worst possible thing that happens? And I guess with that realization and it being halfway through this day, I'm starting to have fun. So I'm gonna go get a hot dog. I'm gonna go look at some camping stuff in Costco. And I mean, doesn't sound like the world's funnest thing, but hey, here we are. All right, I just got back in my car, got my hot dog from Costco. There wasn't very good camping stuff, but I did learn my 4th lesson while I was in there. And the lesson is, what happens if there's nothing wrong? You know, I keep thinking about the day and how it's been going, and why do I put this pressure, and where is all this coming from? And like, I feel like in order for me to be productive, in order for me to have worth, I have to be solving some sort of problem or producing in some kind of way or contributing somehow. And while that's all fine and good, what happens if there's just nothing wrong? I didn't really feel that inspired today. I didn't really feel that motivated. But I know I'm not going to feel like that forever. In fact, that lack of motivation and inspiration is kind of what inspired me to do this. And through the whole process, I kept thinking about, like, well, like I said before, like, what about the lighting? What about the audio? What about the camera? All of this stuff. And there's just nothing wrong. I don't need it all. And I know I'm not going to feel like this forever. I know I'm going to feel motivated again. I do have dreams and I do have goals, but what if I just don't worry about them right now? What if just now is the time to not worry about them? Again, this whole day has just kind of been fun. It's kind of been freeing. It's kind of been empowering. I know it's not going to happen every day, but if it does happen again, maybe hopefully I can look back on this day and enjoy it or relax more or really treat it as just a day and not have to think of it as a moment where I'm behind or a moment where I'm ahead or a moment where, you know, should I be carrying my camera and microphone around, capture these moments all the time? Maybe it's just a day and there's nothing wrong with that. Now, there is one last thing that I wanted to share about my day, and it's less of a lesson and just more of an observation of something that I want to explore more in the future. Now, I talk a lot about self-care. And before I learned anything about self-care, one of the first things that I learned is that in order to do self-care, you need to have an intention. So normally when I do self-care, I pick an intention, I might map out the day. Today was different, and today kind of challenged that belief because I had no intention, and I'm not even really sure as to if this was self-care, which is why I'm not really including it officially as a lesson. But I did want to bring that up because out of all of the things that happened today, I really felt like following that urge and being that whimsical self that I was, it did really contribute to how I see myself and the care that I give myself. Anyway, that does it for this video. I hope you learned something. If for nothing else, maybe you were entertained by watching me go throughout my day doing whatever I did. Maybe you got to live vicariously through me. I don't know. If you want to see more videos on mental wellness, more lived experience, just click one of the 2 boxes that you see pop up on your screen now. Until next time, I'm Jeff Turner, and remember to take care of yourself however that looks to you.